The first segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you by Flow.
Tonight, a mother wants answers into the shooting death of her son. Almost 3 years later, the family of a student shot by police awaits justice. And the people have their say on the use of force by the police.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good evening. It is Monday, the 31st of January, 2022. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. A reminder that you can follow us on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, and the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. If you are viewing using the Hot 7 TV plug-and-play antenna, we say a special welcome and thank you for joining us. On Friday, 16-year-old Ajani Shalri was fatally shot in Vieux Fort during a police operation. The mother of the teenager says not only is she lost for words, but her whole world has shifted. She says this was her only child and she has been left in a state of confusion. She is calling on the Royal St. Lucia Police Force to provide her with answers on what exactly transpired on that fateful night.
On Friday, January 28th, the family of 16-year-old Ajani Shalri received news that would change their lives forever. According to an official release by the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, quote, about 10 p.m. on Friday, January 28, 2022, 16-year-old Ajani Shalri was fatally wounded during a police operation along Cemetery Road in Vieux Fort, end quote. The mother of the shooting victim, Bethany Japierre, says she is still lost as to what exactly caused her son to lose his life. She says not only is the family not coping well right now, the response by the RSLPF yielded no answers.
We take it very hard because of the way it happened, because of the way I've been hearing it happen. Because up to now, I don't know what exactly happened. It's only today. And they didn't come to say exactly what happened. They just came and getting to give support, to speak to us, but they didn't really come to say what happened, how it happened.
According to the police press release, quote, officers acting on information relating to the location of a 17-year-old suspect in a report of burglary where a substantial number of items was stolen from a business in Vieux Fort initiated patrols in the town. The 17-year-old, who was previously in police custody and escaped, was soon identified by officers accompanied by 3 other males. Officers approached the 4 males who ran away. However, officers were able to quickly detain 3 of the males. The 4th person, who police say attempted to evade arrest, was shot during the process of apprehending him. He was transported by officers to the nearest hospital for care, where he was later pronounced dead. End quote. Shalri was a 5th form student of the Miku Secondary School and had recently celebrated his 16th birthday on December 26. The grieving mother says while her son may not have been a saint, he was not a criminal.
Why should I lie about that? Jenny is a troublesome child, right? He's a troublesome child, but what I'm saying, that did not give them the right to treat him like that, the way that he died. I mean, there are times Johnny can be so sweet, so loving, and there are times, Johnny will, have his mood swings. But, I mean, it's not like Johnny was a criminal. Johnny was not a bad person.
She recounted her last interaction with her son.
The day in particular, there was no altercation with nobody, even though, yes, I wasn't there. But Johnny went to check back. Can I start by saying that night in particular, in fact, during that week, all of us, the whole family, we were sick. We were not feeling well. And Johnny, for the 2 days, Johnny he had no taste. He did not want to eat what was in the house. So he told me, Mommy, I want to go on my road. So I gave him money to go and buy the road, by a place down lower than my home. I said, Johnny, as soon as you bought the thing, just come home right away. Do not stay in the zoo because you are still sick. He said, yes, Mommy. So he went to buy it. He came back. He gave me from it. He asked me if I want more. I said, no, Johnny. He went in the balcony now. I thinking that he was still there. And now the last time I saw my son.
Investigations have commenced into the circumstances surrounding the death, and an imitation firearm, police say, was recovered by the investigative team. The RSLPF statement informs that the management of the Southern Division and Royal St. Lucia Police Force reached out to the officers as well as the family of the deceased to offer necessary support. The RSLPF has promised that a more comprehensive statement will be issued in due course within legal parameters. The mother, however, says she will be seeking legal advice on how the family should proceed with dealing with the matter. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
And the shooting death of Ajani Shawri was one of the hot topics on social media over the weekend, as well as on radio shows earlier today. On the very same day that the 16-year-old was fatally shot by police, Commissioner of Police Milton Daisy had issued a word of caution to officers on the use of force following a training exercise on intervention techniques. Hot 7 News took to the streets to get the views of the public on the use of force by police officers when apprehending suspects.
I do believe that the police or the police force needs to be held accountable for sometimes the excessive force that is being used by some policemen out there. We've had several situations where excessive force was used with regards to dealing with the public. So I do believe, again, that police officers should be held accountable. And I believe there are so many ways that, other ways that police officers can deal with the public, the general public, with regards to handling situations and dealing with them.
We need to see how much we can try to educate our police officers when it comes to certain issues, how to deal with it. Holding a firearm and using a disarming a firearm after an individual, it is not the solution. Because right now, we are trying to see how much we can get our young people back on track to abide to the law of this country.
Do something without killing the boy. Understand? If you hold him, bring him to the law. But then don't kill him. That's what I feel like. And the family should get justice for the boy.
Ekwa police qui can use access force le moun nan, ko sitou ko SPCA, WSPCA qui avec des gonam là. Et qui handcuff là, moi vle we asu news côté yo fire. Et yo charge li. Because ça fait là, that's cruelty. Okay? Pas parce que nous sommes volés, bien nous tous qui la terre qui 18 sans voler. Ça fait que nous disagree.
I think generally police should, when possible, try to avoid shooting, because really and truly that's a young life. He might have made a single mistake and lost his life as a result. You know, and I'm not even sure if he made a mistake or they thought he did. It was alleged that he was involved in something, and I think there are many ways that this could have been dealt with without him losing his life.
May 22nd, 2022 will mark 3 years since another highly controversial police shooting. On that day, police fatally shot 17-year-old Arnold Joseph on the intersection of La Panse and Chaussee Road. On Sunday, the 30th of January, Joseph would have celebrated his 20th birthday. His mother, Joanna Joseph, says to this day her family is being haunted by the lack of answers and accountability in her son's case. She says while she has not given up on seeking justice for her son, on days like his birthday, the pain and grief from losing her son is almost too much to bear.
On May 22, 2019, 17-year-old and 5th form student of the Entrepot Secondary School, Arnold Joseph, was the victim of a fatal police shooting at the intersection of La Panse and Chaussee Road. At the time, police said Joseph and 2 other individuals were traveling in a vehicle in Castries, which failed to obey a command by police officers to stop. The police stated that the quote-unquote suspicious vehicle ventured through one-way streets in the city, contravening traffic regulations. During the attempt to apprehend the individuals, one individual was fatally shot, whilst the second was non-fatally injured. A third male was arrested without injury. On what should have been his 20th birthday, his mother, Joanna Joseph, says the lack of answers from the RSLPF as to the outcome of the investigation into her son's death is taking a toll on her.
It's not easy, especially not knowing there's no answers, not knowing that nobody has come forward and say why. You know, nobody have come and say what was the reason why my son Arnold lost his life. But still, I want to send a message out to the police and let them know I am still waiting on the answers, I am still awaiting for them to tell me what was the purpose and what was the reason why my son lost his life the way he lost his life. On May 22nd, 2019, I lost my son by the hands of police. Up to a day like today, there is still no answers. There is no updates. Still investigation is still processing. And I am still sitting and awaiting with my family, with Arnold friends, to find out what really transpired.
On January 30th, Arnold Joseph would have celebrated his 20th birthday. His mother says, as family and friends gathered, the pain of still being in the dark was insurmountable. According to her, loved ones are doing everything in their power to keep his memory alive.
Everything in the dark must come out to light. And I think my son never deserved to lose his life the way he loses his life. And it's about high time. It's going to be 3 years. It's going to be 3 years since we lost Arnold to the hands of police. And up to this day, we haven't got any answers. Why? We just want to know why. What happened? What pushed them? What made them act the way that they act on that night? I think Arnold deserves justice. I think Arnold deserves the answers. I think I, as a mother, deserve answer. I think my daughter deserves the answer. His father and all our family, we need answers. And I'm asking the police to come forth. After 3 years, I am still waiting on you guys to tell me what transpired and what happened.
According to Joseph, almost 3 years into her son's death, law enforcement should have already provided the family with some answers. Joseph has promised that she will fight until her last breath to ensure that justice is served in her son's case.
Arnold would have been 20. And if it's one thing he enjoyed the most, is his birthday. He enjoyed celebrating his birthday with his friends. And I know some of his friends are really paining. I try my best to hold on strong. We need answers. And I will keep crying and keep asking for justice in the name of my son, Arnold Jonah Joseph. I'm asking the police force to come forth and let us know what transpired on that night and why did Arnold lose his life the way he loses life.
The grieving mother says her life will never be the same, but she will never give up in her fight for answers. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
Stay with us. Still to come, a mother blames the hospital for the loss of her baby. The National Green Party speaks out on government's handling of COVID-19. And on his son's birthday, a father continues to grieve while searching for answers.
The first segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News was brought to you by Flow.